On Lights, Camera, Akron, we feature two of UA's engineering teams who will be represented on a national level.
Plus, we travel south of campus to catch up with Akron Athletics' best kept secret.
And later, we feature a special event at Firestone High School for the kids of the Akron community.
All that and more on this episode of Lights, Camera, Akron.
Hello everybody, Jade Marshall here alongside Matt Barnhart, and welcome to Lights, Camera, Akron. So, Thanksgiving break is coming up. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Oh, so I love stuffing, but more specifically, my mother's stuffing because she puts little raisins in it. It just gives it a nice sweet taste.
Really? I never liked stuffing, but my favorite dish would probably be macaroni cheese. It's not Thanksgiving without macaroni cheese.
Yep, but with Thanksgiving coming up, it's easy to be thankful for the food and family that we're surrounded by, but it's easy to forget that some people are not as fortunate.
I got the chance to feature a University of Akron event dedicated to support families in need. The University of Akron partnered with Stop Hunger Now for the annual Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week. Sean Starkey from Stop Hunger Now explained what the organization is and how important it is to give back to the community.
Stop Hunger Now is an international hunger relief organization. We get food and life-saving aid to the world's most vulnerable people. We have a vast distribution network of partners in country in about 74 different countries worldwide. Here domestically, we have about 19 different offices, and what we do is we package meals with corporations, schools, businesses, pretty much any type of group that you could think of, packaging meals to try and feed the hungry around the world.
I've heard you've been here before,
Tell
a little bit about that relationship.
Sure. So that's an interesting relationship. Actually, my first event was at Akron, believe it or not, and so it's a bit of a baptism by fire. I had to learn on my feet, and there's no better way to learn, and so I jumped right in, and so I believe this is my fifth time out to Akron. I've worked with a number of different organizations, most recently in honor of Zach Hussein, I believe is his name, and so it was a great honor to get to participate in that event in his honor. Yeah,
and that's cool that students are coming together to help with this cause. How did you become a part of this program that is so essential to our community?
I had taken a trip to a developing country, Haiti, back in 2010, and that's really where I had my eyes kind of opened up to the food insecurity issue, and eventually it led to being working with Stop Hunger Now.
Students were engaged and motivated to give a helping hand at the food packaging drive hosted by Stop Hunger Now. Sean gave us a closer look at the process behind packaging over 1,000 meals.
As you can see, we've got 4 different ingredients that go into each bin. We've got a vitamin packet, we've got soy protein, we've got dehydrated vegetable mix as well as rice. All of those are fortified, a recommendation by the UN. Basically the best way to combat hunger in the world is this combination right here. Moving on down the line, you're gonna see our quality control station here. We've got people who are measuring the meal bags to make sure they're a consistent shipping weight. Their hands, believe it or not, are the last ones that touch the meal bags, this group, before they get loaded onto a shipping container and sent all over the world to our packaging station. We do 2 meal bags per square, and then we go 36 meal bags into each box. So there's 216 meals in each one of these boxes. They get loaded onto our meal pallet. This pallet is going to be shrink wrapped and then eventually loaded onto a shipping container and sent all over the world. And then probably the most important part, we got to include this. So we ring the gong. Each time we reach 10% of our quota, we give folks a chance to celebrate 1,000 people getting fed. So we think that's pretty exciting. Let's see what these people think. Make some noise, everybody. We're almost halfway there. Can you believe it?
Shedding a light and bringing awareness to an issue that not only affects communities domestically, but globally.
The reality is this morning, 1 in 8 people on our globe woke up not knowing if they were going to eat today. Yeah. And so when you hear things like that, it's just staggering.
It's crazy to think about.
It really is. And so I hear these numbers and statistics all the time, and it's just my job to help remind people and get them connected to a cause where they can make a difference.
This has been Jade Marshall from Lights, Camera, Akron.
So Sean from Stop Hunger Now, what a great guy, able to actually help all these people accomplish their goal.
He really was, and he was so passionate about the missions and helping kids and families in need. And in return, I think students felt that, and they wanted to help. So we're going to take our first commercial break, but when LCA returns, we're going to feature 2 UA engineering teams who recently received national recognition. We'll be right back after these messages.
Being a part of LCA brought some amazing opportunities, some Emmy nominations, 2013 and 2014. So I am 2-time Emmy nominated anchor reporter. I wouldn't have thought in college that I would have had an Emmy nomination. You know, an amazing experience with amazing people. I mean, there's just no words for it. It's so cool.
Hey, this is Chris Kepler, the General Manager at WZIP, and you're watching Lights, Camera, Akron, only on ZTV.
Now, we just mentioned 2 University of Akron engineering teams who will be representing our school on a national stage.
One of those teams is Zips Baja, where they held an open exhibit of their newest innovation. Maddie Watkins has the story.
One of the University of Akron's engineering design teams, Zips Baja, has been working on a vehicle they are taking to an international competition in April. I was able to attend one of their practices held on campus. So I am here with Liz Clifford, the co-captain and brake lead from the University of Akron's engineering design team, and we are here today with Zips Baja. Can you explain what's going on today?
Yeah, so today's one of our testing days. We usually try and block up a parking lot at the university, and we'll put on new components of the car that we haven't been able to test yet on one of our older cars and have our drivers and some new members run the car and basically try and break the parts to see if they'll last in a competition or not.
The name Zips Baja, where does Baja come from?
That's the name of what our competitions are. So there's a Baja series, which is a lot bigger cars. They weigh like 5,000 pounds and they race down in Mexico and New Mexico. Whereas we're considered mini Baja, so we're a mini version, and it's run by the SAE, which is the Society of Automotive Engineers. So SAE puts on our international competitions. So we just kept the Baja name because we're the Zips and we're in Baja.
So you guys compete at an international level, correct? How does that feel representing University of Akron?
I can't even describe it. Competition is hands down the best part of college in general. We get to compete with teams from Canada, Mexico, Brazil. There's some India teams that come, as well as what people consider top tier universities, Michigan, Cornell, RIT, and we hold our own, which is really cool. And it's very exciting to get the university's name out there and say that, yeah, Akron is here and our engineering program is awesome.
One of the members on the team, Zach Naba, who everyone refers to as NASCAR, gave me a run-through on one of their older models. So you guys are taking a car to compete in April, correct?
We have 3 competitions. One's in April, May, and June.
Okay.
Those competitions are in California, Illinois, and Kansas. I don't know the order, though.
Okay, and then this is an older car, correct? So
Right.
you're not taking this car?
Correct. This is 2 years old,
Okay.
so we kind of use this for testing purposes, which is one of the things you saw here today. We're just trying to lighten the car up while keeping the same rigidity.
So how fast does this go?
Roughly 32, 35-ish miles an hour. I think this year, our drivetrain leader, who's in charge of getting the power to the ground, I think he said it's going to be about 35, 36. Really, it kind of depends on aerodynamics and how much the car weighs.
Do you always get nervous when you go to test drive it for the first time?
I think I get more nervous when I'm doing design changes because I'm going from something I know works to something I don't know works. Everything says it should work, but I haven't actually seen it and haven't proved it. So I think that's a little more scary. But I haven't. This is my first year actually designing, so I haven't had the opportunity yet to actually see my work in action and be sitting there when the car is fresh driving going, oh God, is it gonna work? So I haven't experienced that so much yet, which I will be soon.
This has been Maddie Watkins for Lights, Camera, Akron.
That car was so
so cool and so fast. I wish I could have drove it.
Yeah, you know, I haven't seen it, but I heard from some of the engineering students that they have a new streamlined body design, and it is a lot faster.
Right, I bet it is.
Yeah, but don't forget, Jade, Zips Baja isn't the only engineering team making headlines. Demir Epperson sat down with the Akronauts, who will be collaborating with the nation's top space program.
The Akronauts are the University of Akron's very own rocket design team, and also the largest design team for the engineering program. I sat down with President Danny Nicolino and Vice President Anna Bazzi to get the scoop about rockets, their project with NASA, and more.
Now, building a rocket, what is the process like for building a rocket?
So in any engineering design or concept like generation, you start from square one, and that's going to be, you know, your concept, just concept review, concept creation, just a whole bunch of just ideas we're going to throw on the table. Then we look at those ideas and figure out, you know, what competitions are we going to join this year. So this year we're joining 2 competitions, the IREC competition in New Mexico and also the NASA competition in Alabama. And we have to design 2 rockets based off of the criterion that they give us. So one of them is going to go, for example, 30,000 feet in the air, and the other is going to go 10,000 feet in the air. But one's going to carry a really fragile payload, and one's going to carry some other payload that we decide that we want.
Well, you just spoke about NASA. You're working with NASA?
Yeah, so last month we submitted a proposal to NASA to join this competition, and we received the news about the middle of the month that we were accepted, along with a lot of other prestigious schools with their rocket teams that we'll be competing against. So being in a NASA competition is really exciting for us, because obviously the name NASA, super cool, but then also hopefully to make some connections with NASA for our students and for our team in the future.
Well, congratulations on working with NASA. How does it feel to represent the school on such a huge platform like this?
It's awesome. It feels great. Like, it's really, it makes you want to take a step back and just realize what you're doing, because you get so caught up into everything that's going on, and you're like, you're doing this work, you're writing this proposal, this, and this, but the fact that we're going to the competition in Alabama for NASA, and then the fact that we're gonna, you know, take that rocket and maybe change it and also build a whole nother rocket and take those both again to IREC, like, it's just 5-fold from what we've done the previous years. So it's just a real big step for not only our team, but for the university itself.
The Akronauts definitely have an upside as they continue to set the bar high, not only for the University of Akron, but for the engineering program as well. This has been Demir Epperson for Lights, Camera, Akron.
It's so impressive what they have done here, and they always amaze me at what they can create.
From what I hear, the rocket can go as high as 30,000 feet, plus they got to work with the NASA program.
It's so great.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, Katie Bowman visits Akron Athletics' best-kept secret, the Akron Rifle Team.
So I had a lot of great experiences with LCA, but the best one was probably the live show. We were all super nervous, and we all kind of banded together. We, you know, cheered each other on, and it was great. It really just showed, you know, teamwork, and I think that we all had great friendships probably from it.
Hi, this is Vic Fleischer in Archival Services in the Polsky Building. You're watching Lights, Camera, Akron on ZTV.
When people think of Akron's best sports teams, they may say men's soccer or men's basketball.
But people rarely mention the Rifle Team, one of UA's best sports teams. Katie Bowman has a story.
I got to talk with Newt Engel, coach of the university's Rifle Team, aka Akron's best-kept secret.
I actually joined the team in 1974.
Okay, here at Akron?
Here at Akron.
Okay.
And I shot for the team for 3 years, and then our coach had an accident, and she said, "Hey Newt, I need you to coach the team, because if you don't, I'm not sure we'll be able to keep the team." And I told her, I said, "Okay, but only until you come back." still waiting. That was 1977.
And you're still here?
And still here. We've had an amazing string of good years of performances. We've been in the top 20 for the last 20 years, actually.
So I haven't heard much about the rifle team, and I know you guys are so successful. So what kind of has you guys as Akron's secret? You know, I don't think a lot of people really know much about you guys.
I have been known to have said that Akron rifle is one of Akron's best kept secrets. It's kind of a common occurrence across all the NCAA rifle programs to where rifle's not really well known. And one of the reasons is for years and years rifle was not a spectator sport. You know, and we understand we've been compared to paint drying, grass growing, you know, and we understand. However, it has changed when we switched over to electronic targets. So now, instead of shooting at a paper target, we're shooting at a metal box that has electronics in it. It's all electronically scored, it's instant. And since it's on a computer, one of the things that's really nice is that we can stream it live.
Newt explained to me how rifle is just as demanding as any other Division I sport.
People don't understand it is a sport just like all the other 18 sports. They have to be very, very strong, very good at balance, very good at concentration. And so we have all of these kids that are putting 20 hours a week in, just like the soccer team and the basketball team. It's about time. It's about time that they get seen as the athletes that they really are.
Okay, so how does the whole, you know, point system work? How is it a match? Is that what?
Yeah, we shoot rifle matches. We shoot 60 shots. Each shot's worth 10 points. And each one of those shots is worth a potential 10 points. If they hit that dot, they get 10 points. And so you have a possible 600 points. And this is an example of the type of jacket that they wear, and as you can see,
so everyone wears one of these.
Everybody wears something similar to this.
Okay.
And as you can see, it's made out of leather and canvas. You can notice that the arms are not straight.
Right.
They're actually built in a bent position because all of our shooting is with our elbows bent. So they build the coat that way, so you don't have a bunch of material in here as you try to bend your arm.
Then it was my turn. I was able to test the rifle skills that I don't have and take a shot with the pros.
Now, it is loaded.
Okay.
Because there's a pellet in the chamber. So now if you close the bolt, and now
it's ready to go.
Now it's ready to go.
Okay.
Gun is hot. So.
Okay. I do not have very steady arms, I'm realizing. How was that?
Ooh, it's an 8.
Cool. Is that good?
So that's where your shot went.
Is that decent?
Low 8. Well.
Katie Bowman from Lights, Camera, Akron.
Another great story, and you know, I've been out a few times shooting and going to the gun range myself.
Yeah, it's one of Akron's best kept secrets. I never knew anything about it. Katie did so well.
She did amazing. She got an 8 out of 10 score. As an amateur shooter, that's near perfection.
Yeah, so. I've never been, so I'm gonna have to take Katie and you with me. Okay, we're gonna take our final commercial break, but when LCA returns, Brooke McKivergan features a local event benefiting children in the city of Akron. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Brian O'Donnell, the writer and co-director of Akron the Film, and you're watching Lights, Camera, Akron, only on ZTV.
Welcome back to Lights, Camera, Akron. Now before we move to our next story, let's send it to the newsroom where Katie Bowman has this week's headlines.
Katie, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. The University of Akron recently announced a new $3 million endowment to further strengthen the university's internationally recognized and world-class polymer faculty. Funded by the John S. and James L. Knight Foundation, the W. Gerald Austin Endowed Chair in Polymer Science and Polymer Engineering acknowledges the work of renowned cardiac and thoracic surgeon, Dr. W. Gerald Austin, and his contributions to the city of Akron. A patent-pending technology has been developed, allowing people to wear helmets that keep their heads cool. The Heat Stress Prevention Kit, as they call it, was developed by the Kool-Aid team, a team selected to present their product at the Ohio Collegiate Venture Showcase in late October. Team members include Dr. Nicholas Garofalo, Harry Harris, Gopal Nadkarni, and Aaron Rudd. The team has gotten a very positive response from the Air Force and has received hands-on training to develop a business model with the help of I-Corps at Ohio. UA is coming together in a campus-wide event, UA Unity, on Monday, November 21st in the Student Union. President Matthew Wilson, along with Dean of Students Mike Strong, will be in attendance for UA Unity. The event is designed to accentuate the positive and to reinforce the strength of our community, said Dr. Lakeisha Ransom, Dean of the Williams Honors College and Interim Chief of Diversity Officer and Vice President. Several stations will be set up at the event, including one where those in attendance can write notes of kindness on pieces of fabric that will be sewn into a tapestry. That's all for this week's headlines. Be sure to tune in to Lights Camera Akron for updates on the latest happenings here at the University of Akron. Matt, Jade, back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Katie. Jade, every kid has a dream, but sometimes they need somebody to help push them towards their goal.
This past weekend, there was a local event held for the kids from the city of Akron to help them excel in and out of the classroom. Brooke McKivergan has the story.
Children are the foundation of our future. Teaching them about mental and physical health means building a strong world full of strong individuals. Akron Community Sports Day brought together inner-city children from Akron and a few important individuals to teach and inspire the community. Before all the fun began, I had the chance to sit down and speak with the man who put it all together, Richard Lewis.
How does it feel? I know you're an Akron native, born and raised in Akron, so how does it feel to be able to give back to the community that you were from?
It feels awesome. It's a blessing. I'm here with some of my childhood friends, people I've been knowing my whole life. I have my family here. Being born and raised in Akron, it's important to give back and bring some resources to the city. We had professional athletes, some corporate brands here, Body Armor, Core Power, Akron Public Schools. The mayor's office is supporting us, so we're bringing the kids in and just providing some information on education regarding mental health and financial literacy, diet, things of that nature, to try to, get to the kids while they're still young. We have two professional athletes, NFL alumni, DeLon Carter, 2005 Mr. Football of the state of Ohio. We had Trey Caldwell, cornerback from the Cleveland Browns, is here today. So, they're here to give back to the kids and let them see these pro athletes who came from the same environment coming back to inspire the kids.
Being a former Akron, Ohio native, going to the NFL, coming back to help inspire these kids, it's amazing.
Yeah, so you said you're from Akron, born and raised?
Born and raised, yeah.
So how does it feel to be able to give back to your community?
Oh, I mean, it's awesome, man. Akron is full of talent, and kids just need to be inspired and shown that it's opportunity and education with your talent.
Right. So do you hope that after today's event that kids can look up to you and sort of have you as a role model to them growing up?
Absolutely, that's what this community day is all about, just to show that these guys are touchable. We're not here to, shy away from you. We're here for your questions and to mentor. I took a lot of turns, a lot of obstacles that many of these kids are facing today. And, I had a great mentor in my father and my mother, and I stayed prayed up and I made it, I had 4 wonderful years in the NFL. And I just want to come back, to be around and show these kids that you're going to face. I know everything you're going to face, and I know how to navigate you through it. So we're here to mentor and touch lives.
I've been giving back to the Cleveland area. Every Tuesday we got this little thing we got for the Browns called Give 10. So we go to the community centers, cancer centers, just, give out little gifts for like the patients, stuff like that, make their day.
Yeah, how do they react when you guys show up?
It's emotional. Like, it's kind of an awe factor. Like, oh my God, like they're really here. Like they really don't even notice like till we even get there. Yeah. Like it's amazing feeling. We've all gone through certain things. And the kids will try and find somebody to look forward. Have a role model. And so I'm looking forward to being that for them.
Although Richard puts the kids through many physical activities such as basketball drills and fundamentals, his message spreads far beyond the basketball courts.
Well, hopefully they'll understand that there's other things you can do in life. One of our business owners here from JB being construction is from this community. There's a lot of things you can do with your life besides play sports and do music. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist. You can own a construction company. So we're also talking to them about having a healthy diet. Things like sugar and cholesterol, just being educated on being mentally and physically healthy from a young age. Sometimes kids don't really know the options they have in life, and especially coming from the urban community, it's like, their only way out is through a basketball or football or doing music. So it's just really changing the mindset of understanding that life isn't that hard if you just get up and go to work, get an education, which is what Akron Community Sports Day is all about.
This has been Brooke McKivergan from Lights, Camera, Akron.
Brooke did so well with that story, and children need that. They need mentors to inspire them.
That's the thing, and when you lose those positive role models in your life, programs like this can help give back to those kids and help them achieve their goals.
And it lets them know that it's possible. Anything is possible.
That's right. All right. That concludes this episode of Lights, Camera, Akron, but before we go, don't forget to check out our LCA social media pages listed at the bottom of the screen.
You can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube page at ZTV LCA. For Lights, Camera, Akron, this has been Jade Marshall and Matt Von Hart.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. To find out how you can make Emmy-winning media, visit the UA School of Communication online. ZTV. Make media. Make a difference.